Hello my friends, this is the video that I made on NIO on December 11th of this year when the price of this asset was at $4.77, and as you can see we were at this point right after I caught this movement to the upside. And take a look at the title of this video. NIO warning, watch out for these signs in NIO Stock, crucial levels for share price revealed. And guys, my main assumption at this very point was that we potentially should retest the golden pocket range and even this bottom of its price action. And when it happens, guys, unfortunately, most likely we should see the movement to the downside. And this breakdown and this breakout below this bottom will invalidate the entire bullish count. And in this case, guys, I told you that you have to put your stop loss on a green territory with an upside potential of about 5%. This means you were on a safer territory despite all the price action that happened with NIO. And guys, take a look right here. We were at this point, and right after I made my previous video, we went lower, retested the first range of support, the first bottom, went a bit higher, and then we broke it with the flying colors to the downside. Unfortunately, yes, technically we hit the stop loss order. And by the way, guys, for those of you who follow my channel for quite some time, you know that we had basically two entry points. One of them was at about $440, and the second one was at about $460. And from the lowest point, we could book up to 21% of potential profits, and from this point we could book about 15, almost 16% of potential profit. Yes, I have to admit that we didn't hit to the tick the range, the level of resistance at $5.41, its previous swing high, but we retested it pretty accurately. That is why, guys, I think it was a quite decent call, especially with the fact that I told you to put your stop loss on a green territory. This means technically you are still in green, and this means, guys, you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. And guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, guys, for the first 100 subscribers I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that, guys, and it is the most lucrative offer, for now there is not so many people inside the Discord group. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you, and it is pretty much one-on-one training for the value of $450 a month, but for the fraction of this cost, for just $35 a month. And I think it is quite fair deal.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So guys, and let's take a look at the price action on a bigger scale. Let's switch to 4 hours time frame, and let me show you how this asset acts on a grand scheme thing. So, as you can see, we have quite sideways movement with several spikes, and I have to admit that previously, from the end of August of this year till this this swing high on October the 1st, this movement to the upside was quite impulsive, because we had a lot of volume that supported this movement. Unfortunately, with the breakout below this bottom, with this breakout, we invalidated this count as a motive flag. And guys, take a look right here. On a smaller scale, we have two quite similar price actions. We have this price action that had again 5 waves to the upside, but then it retested this bottom, and we broke it to the downside. Guys, take a look right here. Don't you think that all these 3 patterns are quite similar, despite the fact that this pattern was only in 2 waves to the upside, and this was 3 waves, and this is also 3 waves pattern? This means, guys, in just several minutes I will show you what should we expect next, but for now let's take a look at its fundamentals. Unfortunately, we don't have any updates from the analytic firms. The price targets that the consensus analyst price target is still the same. According to TipRanks, it is roughly $6 mark, and according to MarketBeat, it is roughly $5.71. And we don't have any substantial news that might support on the short, medium, or long-term perspective NIO's price movements. But at the same time, guys, I have to admit that they are are working hard in order to improve their position from the swap station standpoint, because it might be a very good competitive advantage for them, because it is the only company who develops this type of technology. And definitely in the long-term perspective, this might benefit a lot if we will not see any breakthroughs in the batteries so-called environment. And only in this case NIO's swap stations will be successful. But on top of that, guys, for the short-term and medium-term perspective, you have to take a look at the general sentiment for the market. And if you type in Google search bar NIO Stock and switch to New Stock folder, you will see that we don't have any news that potentially might support it in the long-term and medium-term perspective. On top of that, guys, if you take a look at the list of institutional investors, and first of all, I want to pay attention to this chart, we are still in downtrend. As you can see, less and less institutional investors want to have NIO in their investment portfolios. That is why, guys, unfortunately, the price of NIO is moving south. And I have to admit that the most recent actions from this list is also not so positive. Some companies reduced its position, and I have to admit, quite dramatically, like MPLX. They reduced their position by more than 55%. Some companies closed their position, some companies opened new position, but this position is quite tiny, right under $400,000. And this means, guys, you have to be very cautious with your long position on NIO. Even if you think that in the long-term perspective this asset will go much higher. But before we dive deeper right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, you have to be cautious despite the fact that NIO is scratching its lowest points of the price. The all-time low was set on October the 7th of 2019 at $1.21 mark. And we are not far from this range. Definitely, we have much more achievements for the last several years for NIO, but at the same time, guys, unfortunately they are still unprofitable and they still have a lot of problems with their gross margin. And definitely, as long as fundamentally this company remains the same without a major breakthrough in the number of vehicles that they can sell, we will not see any substantial improvements in the price action. That is why, guys, I think you have to be cautious even with your long position, long-term long position. But in the short-term perspective, let's dive deeper into the 1-hour time frame. So what should we expect next, guys? As I already mentioned, we have several quite similar price actions to the upside that unfortunately wasn't successful, and we can find even more, let's say from April the 18th of this year till this highest point on May 15th. Then we also broke this pattern and we retested this bottom, and we have the accumulation point because of this price action. I caught this bottom to the tick and we caught the movement to the upside. And guys, unfortunately this pattern is not an exception. We have to retest $4.31 mark, and depending on the price action right here, and I think we might break it to the downside. But guys, this breakout will not lead us directly to the next range of support at $3.63. Potentially we might have something like this. This breakdown might happen in the upcoming week. Then we might have a retest, we might have even a bounce to the upside, and then with the several waves we have to retest this range of $3.66 mark. And for now I don't see any improvements on its price action. And guys, you have to keep in mind one rule. Each and every range of support and resistances might be retested several times, but the longer this range is retesting, the more likely it will be broken. That is why, guys, be cautious, and if you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, and see you guys in the next video.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star. star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.